wasn't love, she just another fluke. I thought you was the one, I guess you just a two. You want the last laugh, look, now the joke's on you. You thought you fell in love, you thought he felt it too. I told her don't be dumb, you just another fool. You thought he was the one, I guess he just a two. You want the last laugh, look, now the joke's on you. I cried alone in my truck. I felt alone in it front, cause I don't know who to trust, and I've been going through some stuff. Don't trust these hoes you love, yeah. Your ego's one hell of a drug, yeah. Economics, cause nothing's promised. If you hold a grudge and you treat me like I'm scum, trust your gut, gotta trust your gut. The only one to judge. Now I'm confided in my cup, yeah. Now I see it. I wanna fall in love, don't want no broken heart, don't wanna grow apart. I wanna fall in love, don't want no broken heart, don't wanna grow apart.
Out of town, we never out of money.
Starboy, you're my hero.
I'm pulling this lean up. I got X and I'm promethazine up. My bitch better sheep on my codeine up. I just smash when I want, I don't need her. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Do the dash, which I'm out for. I leave that boy there, put him in the coffin. And I'm fly as hell, yeah, bitch, I'm hawking. I'm in Atlanta on the south side with a bitch who don't do this often. I'm fucking this bitch at 3:16 a.m. I feel like Steve Austin. No, we don't give a fuck, bitch, we don't give a damn. My niggas be bossing. My young niggas pulling up with sticks, shooting out the lamb. Don't care what it costs. My young bitches pulled up in Rick, I don't give a damn. Told her take it off. Every time you see me on my blick, I don't give a damn. I'm a fucking bitch, I don't give a damn. I'm pulling this lean up. I got X and I'm promethazine up. My bitch better sheep on my codeine up. I just smash when I want, I don't need her. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Do the dash, which I'm out for. Yeah.
Hop in the whip, press the gas and I'm speeding. Lil' vamp, bitches, she dressed in that belly. I let it let her cause she so damn evil. Lil' bitch, I'm high and I eat it. Slide on that boat with that Glock with that beam. Knockers lights out, young nigga good eat. I need more cuts, bitch, yeah, we pouring her lean. Okay, she bad, she a teaser. But I get stiff on that hoe and she say that I mean. I spent $400 on my teasers. Sprinkle my shoes and my motherfucking jeans though. And she said that she wanna get geeked. I tell that little hoe to go pop that little bitch shot. I get fly smoking inside the narcotic. Hit that bitch in the back of the big body. He talk down a nigga, he get deal body.
I'm pulling this lean up. I got X and I'm promethazine up. My bitch better sheep on my codeine up. I just smash when I want, I don't need her. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Yeah, do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Do the dash, which I'm out for the meter. Do the dash, which I'm out for the meter.
Do the dash, I'm out for you.
Open it up, yeah. Open it up, yeah. Open it up, oh yeah. Open it up, open it up, open it up. Open it up, open it up, open it, open it up, open it, open it up, open it, open it up, open it up, open it up. I'll be on up. I'm so out of yeah. I can never tell failure. They keep smoking that, yes, I can smell ya. Till I open it up like a my spit. Gave her ratchet so she can go pop it. For the police, you know they can't start shit. I'm having options. We can go Rose Maybach. He was talking down on the game. I seen shots where he lay at. Real coins not finna play. She want me when I see you mad. Say she want Benz, I'm a copy GLE, not G-Wagon. Dog
shit, got my jeans shaking. I was down bad, now I'm breaking. I made M's on the stage screaming, what the fuck? I just wanna see Ben Franks, I don't wanna see handcuffs. I just wanna see the mosh pit, till my fans open it up. 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 Touch your hands down. Tell her put your hands up. You get money, stand up.
What's up, everybody?
Money, stand up.
First stream of the year, 2026. It's so crazy saying that.
My bitch swag on cut.
What's up, dumb?
We ain't got a poppy no more. I just swear they copy. Everything designer, talking about daddy, talking about watches. But it's not the plastic, honey, not the rapper, not your average rapper. This young belt type swagger. I'm a rock star like Mick Jagger. I'm a rock star like the Fall Out Boys. True religion, Carter Royce. Air Force One's on. These niggas boring. I make fun songs.
Alright, got NFT Friday. NFT Friday, let me just start the Discord call. I gotta turn down the music though. Alright. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another session. So we have some what do you call it? We have some news today. You guys hear me? Mic check. Hello, hello. Mic check, mic check. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, so we have some news today in 6 minutes, NFT Friday. So let's see what that does. But let's just do a little markup here and see what we can do, because I think we're still sitting here from the ranges this entire week. Like, I think since Sunday, you kind of just been moving up, but just slowly moving up and then slowly pulling back and then slowly coming back up to retest the highs. So it has been like the cleanest like pushes, I'll say. And we're still in the same range. So I'm hoping today would break us. I was hoping actually yesterday you'll break out like end of the session yesterday, so that today could continue to move a lot earlier in the day. But I mean, 8:30. See when NP has a big impact on it or not. Yeah, that's I think as regard to the zones here, I'm just gonna leave the same resistance zones as yesterday here, which is gonna be 40, 45.07. Let's see, 45.07, 958. Yeah, I think 45, because you can put it here as well, right? 44.99. But if you come up to retest the highs, I see this as you're breaking back into this range. So, oops. So like you're breaking back into like this area, right? So actually anything here is pretty good. Like you're holding it here, sorta. Like you haven't really closed above for me to say so. I gotta check the small time for still, but above 44.73, 72, right? In these zones here, you're breaking back into this area. So if you come up to fill it, that's the reason why I don't want to use this. I'd rather use this up here. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna use. This one right here instead. Because this zone here at 4520 isn't like, or at least right now, it's not like any like closure above area or anything. A major zone. It's more so just like, well, it's a major zone. It's not like a entry zone, right? It's more of like a, if you were to come up and you're breaking into this range here, the bottom of the range is like somewhere here, top of the range is there, you're expecting to fill it. It's more so of that. So once you approach like 4520, that's like a level where you kind of want to, where you sort of want to wait for price to sell down, like reject, pull back, and confirm where it wants to go next, right? But it's not like a, closure above there. It's like an entry type of position. And then, yeah, your support is like down here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna leave it right here. Below 4442 take could be pretty important too if you start breaking back below there. That's like below the period structure, but I'm not gonna put it here. It's a little too tight there, especially on the 1 hour time frame. And I've also noticed on the one that you did come down towards here, right? So I'd rather move it down towards like these zones here, which is completely below these two areas here on the 4 or on the high time frame as well. So yeah, if you break into that area, if you break back below 4441, could get interesting because initially you had a high here, and I would have assumed that you would have came up to make a new high for that area. But if you fail to do so, and then price starts shifting back into the range here, like this, then then you get this being your lower high right here, right? This would then be a lower high if you don't break this. So you have a high, lower high, and then guess what? You start shifting a little bit, like not completely, but just a little bit. And below there could get a little more interesting on price. Obviously, it comes down to volume and how much news pops out here and brings it in. But worst case, it could be like a 10 a.m. trade or something. I think we have some more news today at 10 a.m. Anyways, prelim consumer sentiment, prelim inflation expectations. So still a lot of time, but I don't know how quick we'll move today. Like you might get a push during news, like news can spike up, spike down, but in terms of direction, right? Because then you need to spike up, you need a spike, and then you need to like continue with that volume, and then you need to confirm direction. So it's a whole process that you haven't even started today yet. So that's why I think it could be more closer to like 9:30 at least until we get trades. But that's it. But yeah, I'll leave those two zones. Nothing too crazy, just like, again, like target areas. If you were to come up, that's like some zones, yeah, you really wanted to pay attention to. 4420 or 4520, and then 4441. So news coming out right now, so we'll see how that moves here. 2041. So 3 seconds here. Let's see what news does. 4520, 4441. All right, so pushing down a little bit. Yeah, so 140 pips. It looks like it doesn't look like 140 pips, but it is this whole entire move because in the range it didn't do anything. But that is 140 pips. Right? Am I tripping? No, it's 47. Why does it look like it's 140? What is this? 140. Unless there's a gap on trading view. Maybe 4468. Yeah, no, it looks completely different. True. I mean, it doesn't matter. Either way, like both brokers still in the range. Nothing near what we want, right? So yeah, numbers came out here. Let's see. Came out neutral, negative, positive, positive, negative. So Average hourly earnings came out neutral, which is usually considered, I'll say, more good than bad, even though it's neutral. Non-farm employment change came out negative. They expected 66, came out 50. Unemployment claims came out 4.4, and they expected 4.5. So that's actually less is good. So it came out a little bit less. So yeah, I'll say majority came out more on the good side. You also had building permits here, came out good and came out negative. The last one did come out negative though. So, or yeah, actually no, the last one came out positive here. This is September data. What's this over here then? Housing starts. Not too sure. But came out negative the last folder. Wait, is it still going? No. Yeah, so usually when it like comes out negative last, like not all the time, but it's more of like, it's a very lower chance, but I'll say like 60% of the time it usually would follow the last folder. Very like small thing to base it off of, but that is something. But overall, let's see, neutral, good, 3 good, 2 bad. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what price does here. But well, I would like to see if you can just continue, if you can get pop above like 4502 here. You know, you still got like 107 pips to go. So if you can pop up towards that zone, you have a leg count on a daily as well, right here. So if you do pop up and at any given point you come back below 4455, which is the news low, you know, you can get fake outs below there, back into the ranges, etc. And you get a whole bunch of ideas, but this is only the start, right? So don't need a FOMO on this push here. Just be patient and, you know, let the trades come to you. But this is what you're breaking out of here. So at least you're breaking out of this, which is good. Now let's see if you can make your way up towards here. And if it doesn't, let's say it comes up here and then it flips, right? As you break these lows, you can start looking for ways to anticipate wick entry buys down here. You can take wick entry buys because you're pushing down, or you can take continuation of sells. So until that happens though, right, we're still kind of far. But yeah, that's what I got on price there. 45.20, 44.41, and we'll leave that for now. I think we might add a couple more minor zones here, and then we just chill out. $45.59, $45.59. What's this? Below 44.60. I'll leave something here. It's not really like a entry zone, but below there, you start breaking the current lows again, and then, or is it below here? Yeah, 44.57. So somewhere there. Well, I'll leave something there. Cool. So you're actually almost there. If you're like sitting maybe 120 pips away, so if you can just pop above that area, because it's not that we're not looking for buys here. We could. It's just, this is just the start of the volume, right? Like just because you have volume doesn't mean you have direction. So don't get that confused. But if you start breaking into this area, that's when we're more so looking for our ideas at, right? So that's why I do want to see if you could come up towards here, tap into the range, right? So you got a bit to go, but tap into the range, and then you probably get a pullback or something. And I want to see it continue to close above, pull back and hold, and then eventually like ideas will be above, I'll say more so above like here. It's kind of similar to the trades we took on Tuesday. Tuesday we took those buys on the rebreak of the highs, right? That hit break even. So same idea there, looking left as you're breaking back into this range, but we just need to confirm that it's head up. And I'll say that's more so above like 4,500, 44.95 rather than here. Here it can any given point still come down. If it doesn't break this high, If it doesn't break this high right around here, then any given point, this can be a lower high on the higher time frame. So when you look at it from the 4 and all of that, right? Like looking at like this is your initial high. And if you don't break the highs, this can be a lower high. You can start coming down, lower highs down, lower highs down, lower highs down. Then you just have to get a little bit of structure, right? And do all type of shit. So it's very important to understand that. I think this this 5 right here is also a leg candle too. So we'll see if it comes back below 71 here, because if it does, you're likely gonna get this rest of the wick fill and a continuation down. I don't think we can do much though. I don't think we're looking for any sells there. Definitely no sells. It's still bullish. So yeah. Cool. Cool. Which one's NFP? Is it like the whole group of news or just a singular one? I mean, you want to pay attention to like all 3 of these folders right here. So average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. So that's usually what comes out on like NFP for NFP at the same time. So yeah, you want to just look at those 3 like numbers that actually came. The rest of these, like this is CAD news, so it doesn't really matter. Building permits, sometimes you might have more than just NFP. You might have like some other orange, yellow folders too. I don't pay too much attention to this. I mean, I don't pay enough attention to news anyways. But when it comes to like NFP, I think these are just your main focuses right here. Usually. You never really understood. Yeah, that's fine. Just have Forex factory open, and then you'll notice that, you know, every time like NFP, like I'll say like NFP, CPI, FOMC, those are like the major ones, and then you have like unemployment claims every 2 weeks or is it every week, something like that. Usually just the red folders though, on Forex factory. I see it as like, you don't gotta make it too complicated too, right? Like I see it as you're taking advantage of the volume, right? So you're not like looking to how's news gonna come up, buy stop or sell stop type shit, right? You're looking more so of just like, you can do that, but you're looking for more so of just like, okay, how's news gonna come out? You wait for it to come out, you wait for this thing move like 270 pips, no flinch, right? Because it's nothing near what we wanted, but that's great volume. And then now it's like, okay, wait for price to sell down, which is now we're in that part of it. If it starts slowing down here, and then it'll start to make ranges, and then price action, you follow your same price action theories, right? But volume is just a way to take advantage of that price action, if that makes sense. But a lot of times when like newer traders, they would be like, oh, how's news coming out here? And then they'll want to be in like at the very bottom, at the very top, where they want to grab like a large chunk of the move. Like you don't have to trade news, you can just trade the aftermath. The aftermath is always a lot more like calm and chill, right? Because it's more predictable. News, when it first comes out, sometimes it whipsaws. Sometimes it doesn't even come up like this. You know, sometimes, well, today it kind of whipsawed. But I'll say if it comes down, it'll be a real whipsaw. Yeah, sometimes it might just like come up completely down and then end up just shifting up, right? Going up for the rest of the session. So it's a lot more like unpredictable. Cool. New volume tripping lately? You think so? No, we're not live every day. Well, I'm live on Diva, so every day, but not YouTube. I'll see you guys every NFP. We'll catch up. For now. Maybe one day. Cool. So yeah, we'll just chill out here, and then we'll still got a long session, guys. So we'll probably be here till like 10 at least. I'll say. Looking at price, I wouldn't expect to trade until 9:30 unless we get lucky. First, the fake out on the count of 5, flip 4, pullback continuation, I guess. The kind of reaction, a little pullback or something. Daily leg candle. Yeah, I think I mentioned the daily leg candle. Daily and what is it? The 1? No, daily and the 5 leg candle. That's what you got here. You made a. This is not bad actually. You actually popped up here, and then you made a low, and then you came up to make a high, and now you're like here, right? So if you start shifting below here, there's a chance you can make your way down towards here. So then you'll probably get like a shift down towards here like this, pull back, and then that's when the leg candle starts. Pull back, whatever, it can come up further, whatever it wants to do, and then as it comes back down to break the lows, it holds that 7-2 zone, and then it just pops right through, and then you have that entire wick fill, which is 120 pips. You can probably get like 60 pips out of the range, 70 pips in that area. If that breaks. Not bad though. I think obviously you have news today, right? But most you've moved in the entire 2026 so far in NY. What up, Nectar? Ezekiel, what's up? Another 5 candle. Yeah, this one too. You have a 15 closures. Does that leg count too? No. Kinda. You can treat it like one for sure. So yeah, let's see if today continues up. I think obviously if you continue up, I mean you're already bullish, right? But in terms of like the session, if today continues to be a bullish session, then it should be pretty straightforward from there, because then you open up ideas for buys above, ranges, after structure, what can't you buy ideas, which we haven't had this week yet. So a bunch of stuff if it decides to continue. I haven't had we had 2 trades this week so far, and it was both break even. That was it for the week. Before that, well, our last trade was December 23rd. You got your own crib? Sheesh. Big boy plays. What was it? No, that was last year. That was Q4 last year, right? You told me your latest account success. Came a long way, bro. Came a long way. You think gold will reach 4,500 in the next 2 hours? I don't. 4,500? It's right there. Yeah, a possibility. I'm expecting it to. Well, I wouldn't say I'm expecting it, but I would like to see it. I like to see it break the highs of 4 to 5 like that. I want to see it tap 4520 today, or not even for an idea, but I want to see it break above here so we can start planning for more positions. But it's not up to it's up to price, right? That level is very important too for 500 because if you break that high, you're breaking the previous was it Tuesday's high, so the weekly high basically. And if you break above there, you're pushing up towards 4520. But if you like hold it, then anything that price is doing right now could be a lower high for later, which would take price the opposite direction actually. So yeah, that high is pretty important. I know, even though I know it's gonna break, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna go up or down. I just know that if it does break, then we'll start planning for ideas. Regarding time at 2 hours, I don't know. Sometimes it moves for NP and then afterwards it just kind of sits there in the range forever for the entire like session. So hopefully not today. Alex Chung, 9563. Best time to trade gold during Asian. I think 8 p.m. 8 to 9. I'll say like 8 could be sometimes a bit more choppy, but 9 settles down. Asian is like inconsistent with well, I wouldn't say inconsistent, but it's like gold. It's like NY session where your key time frames are like 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, and then yeah, you have a lot less prime times, but sometimes it moves at 11, sometimes it moves at 10. I'll say consistency wise, like I usually know it's between 8 and 9. I'm not really a fan of like 6 off the bat, like off the market opening. Sometimes it is slow, and then 7. Sometimes you do start moving at 7, but yeah, 8 or 9 is probably like your best bet. 8 to 9, and London session is like 1 a.m. East, 1 a.m. East, 3 a.m. East is opening, right? But I like 1. 1 I've seen it move quite consistent, and then 3, and then I'm not sure about 4. I usually don't stay up past that time when I did trade Asian. Never switched up my NY. Yes, yeah, I never switched up my NY. NY is just the most like I'll say predictable session because you have a lot of opportunities. You have the most opportunities during your day. You have NYC open, you have COMEX open at 8:20, you have the ADM opening, right? London, you have I guess like London opening, and then you have like New York, London collab after 8, but that's more of an NY, right? Asian, you have Asian opening, and Australian opening at 5, but yeah, NY you have the most like opportunities for volume probability wise. Sometimes though you go through market cycles where like Asian might move a lot more than NY, you know, Asian or London might move a lot more NY, but usually like NY majority of the times of the year would move the most. Which session you think is cleaner than NY? NY. I'll say NY. I haven't traded London or Asian in like, I don't know, almost a year now. The last time I traded Asian was like maybe last year around this time. Yo, is Angu Kriber here today? I need to give a special thanks to him. That one simulation that we did on stream, that one simulation we did on Twitch that day, on YouTube, or no, on Twitch. What am I saying? On Twitch, last year in like March. I think there's a couple people here for that, but that was a pretty big day. Pretty big day. It was in March. What's the fucking delay here? Oh boy. Yeah, it was in like March or something. And Twitch, remember? We took a loss in March, and then we did the simulation. That was the only one first. That was the only simulation we did last year on stream, and I think we did a simulation to adjust our stops, right? And we've taken one loss since last year, or no, two losses since last year, one in April and one in June, and that was it since then. Unless you count like this right here, which was a break-even slippage, but like an actual loss. How much was the losses? I think 170 pips. Our average stop loss is like, my average stop loss is like 450 in the last year, 450, 500. It can go up to like 700 depending on like obviously price, right? But lately there's been like 450, 300, or 450, 400. And that last time we took in June was 172, which was cut in half. We managed it, I think, because it was a Friday, but we managed them. It was a lot less than what it was. So yeah, I haven't had many opportunities to like actually show management and losses. So our last loss was right here, 174 in June 20th. But yeah, I think the original stop was like 370 or some shit. Hey, you're starting to re-break the lows here again. Remember earlier we mentioned it's still way too early here, like way too early. But you made a low here, and then you made a push from here, came up towards here, right? So you had this, and then you had a pullback down to here. Then you had that. Then you had a push up to retest the highs and break it. Then you had that. And then you've had push down. Right? So it's still way too early. But this is your overall range now, this entire thing here. So you have something to base it off of. I said it's a little too early because if you get something like this now where you got to come up, break back to the range, or you get a lower high, right? These highs will be a lot more more confirmed. But as of right now, these highs could easily be broken. They can just fly up towards that 45-20 zone. But you have something to base it off of now. You have a bit more structure like developing. So you got ranges here, you got ranges here. If you start breaking below here, like kind of bodies right there, below 4470, maybe could be something we can plan out for today. Below there for sells. If you break back below, right? Which is, I think, from here, like 160 pips away. But still gonna require a bit once you break. And this is your current zone right now, right? So this could be higher lows, right? Pullback. These can be your pullbacks. And if it is, then it's good because this is your first initial NFP pop up and this is your first pullback. So anything continuing up is great, right? You're just continuing with the trend. And you can start looking for ideas above, what was it? What did I say? Above here, right? I think our ideas are more still going to be above 4501 if we do continue up. But between like here and here would be a very key. 4489 and 4501. Right? Daily flips at 4576. So if daily flips, I think that's before the leg candle, I think. Yeah, low before the leg candle. A low before, not much though. Maybe like 23 pips, and then as you start breaking below 44, 72, 73, you clean traffic back into the range. What up, Jordy? But yeah. Happy Friday. What up, Martin? Is that the same Martin or is that different Martin? Angry Fat Bear. Sheesh. DJ Bronson. Martin, like the Boston Celtics Martin, or because that's a different I think user. No, no trades today. Yeah, we're still we haven't even like started hunting. We're just waiting for price to develop. Thank you, man. Joey, did you recover from those pineapples? Sorry guys, no music. I haven't listened to music while trading for a couple months now. It's a little quiet. Cool. All right. What do you think about price action movement right now? I think it's pretty good. Like so far, I usually give it ratings like based off how it moves today. Today, our high end rating for us is like a 6. I'll say today is like it's already a 5.5. It has potential to be a 6, 6.5 today. Yeah, like the most we peaked this week, price action wise, was maybe was it yesterday or the day before? But 5.5 is the most we gave price so far. So yeah, today could top off the entire week. It's looking pretty good. And I think coming to entries wise, we're getting closer. So it's just gonna require a bit more consistency here in volume, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. Have you tried trading futures? No, but I think that's the yeah, no, I haven't tried futures. No GC, but I don't think I have a reason to, because I can still trade gold over here. If I had a reason to, yeah, I'll go over to GC. You didn't take a single trade in that. Was it actually the last 4 YouTube streams? I think we did take one in the last 4. Two trades in the last 4, I think. I think it was just this one and the last one we didn't get a trade in, right? I think we did get, because I think we did the one in December we didn't get trades, December 12th, but we had like an NFP on like a Wednesday or something. I think we got a trade because we had drawdown that day. I remember on stream we had drawdown, and then we had a trade, and the next day we also got a trade too, because we had an NFP on a Thursday, and then the next day I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna come back and stream because it feels weird to end the week off on a Thursday on stream. So I think I got another trade that day too. Thank you, them. Yeah, even in Divas 01, like we don't get a trade every day. Like we get 3 trades a week on average. This week we got two break evens, but it's been like 3 trades on average. Like when I trade, I trade. When I don't, or I mean when I trade NY, I trade NY, right? I don't trade other sessions. So it's just pure NY, but we obviously took a 2 week break, and the weeks beforehand we were taking like 3. Sometimes we'll take 5 in a week. But it's been sitting around there 3, 2, 3, right? It's not like not that many trades. Do you have a target like one day at least how much you earn in a trade? No, I don't like the idea of targets, because it's just you're adding a lot of stress and unnecessary pressure on trading. Like there shouldn't be a target in trading on how much you should be making. It should be very like open for the day, because you can go from like when people ask you like how many trades you take in a day, a lot of times people say 1 or 2 trades. It should be like 0 to 2 trades, because not every day is a trading day, right? But you gotta be open to the idea that it's not a trading day. Some days at least, or not what defines a trading day, right? A day where like none of your setups like align, nothing was perfectly aligned the way you wanted. So yeah, I don't believe in like you should make a certain amount a day or a week or a month, because it's like you shouldn't be challenging yourself in trading. It should be very free and open to what the market gives you. You know, if it moves, it moves. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm sure you get something eventually, but you put a target out there. It's like even if you don't move, you're gonna start forcing ideas and taking, or sometimes people like lower the lot size to take positions because it's a lower probability trade, but I'm gonna take it with the lower lot size. It's like, why would you want to take a lower probability trade? It's set like a high standard for what you're looking for, and only wait for those opportunities. If it doesn't form, it's okay. Come back the next day. I'm sure it eventually will form. But having a target, you're just half the time just gonna probably be taking trades just to take trades. So That's also why I'm not also like I'm not the biggest fan of like challenges, because it's just there's no point. Like what are you trying to challenge? The market? It's already challenging itself. You're dealing with a crazy amount of like you need some hyper focus, and like it's a lot. The market throws you a lot of shit, and you gotta just find a way to recognize like what's a high probability trade versus what's not a high probability trade, right? Not every move is high probability. Not just because for instance today you move 270 pips is a high probability. I mean, I think that's like based off what your trading style is, right? I'm sure someone saw this NFP move as a high probability trade. I didn't see it as one because it wasn't what I wanted, right? It was more so of the move that sets me up for later, for something I can take later, which is what we're waiting for. So yeah, you guys go your own pace. I don't think having a target would help that in any way though. It's like, imagine trading and then like in the back of your mind, you're always thinking about, this week I gotta get to 10%. If I don't, then you didn't fail. You got to 9.8%. That's good. But now all of a sudden you're forcing the extra 0.2% because you gotta pass whatever, or you gotta just get there. Because if you get there, you're already predetermined in your head that if you get there next week, you're gonna get to the 15% mark. So then by the end of the month, you get to this percent mark, and it's just just remove the goal line. There's no goal line in trading. It's just your goal line should, if anything, it should just be to show up and be consistent. But if you don't have a target, are you a full-time trader? Yeah, you can be a full-time trader without a target. Full-time traders don't have targets. Like, they don't have targets. I mean, the easiest thing to say would be like set a target, and no, yeah, full-time traders don't have targets. It's their business, their job. They show up, and if something's clean, they're taking the position. But if it's not clean, they're just gonna sit out and wait for better opportunities. Non-full-time traders or non-consistent traders would look for ways to scrap whatever from the markets, right? Just take whatever just to take whatever, just because they're just trying to. A lot of times they just haven't developed the probability factor in their head yet regarding trading. They haven't gone to a point where they can recognize like what's high probable versus like what's low probable. So they're just taking whatever, right? But I'll say when you're consistent, like you know your edge. Like, okay, this trade, I've noticed that this type of move usually leads me to this type of days, or this type of move isn't the best, trade my playbook. I rather wait for this setup. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think that makes you full-time versus non-full-time. You know what I mean? Richie. For one day at least, you will take how many hour focus on charts to just watch it at any time? I start at around 8:20, 8:15, and then we're here until 11. So sometimes we might be here a little past 11, like maybe 10 minutes over, but usually 11. 11's like our trading window. That's our trading window. So whatever, I don't know. Your trading window could be different. Asian, London, I don't know. Some people have different preferences, but mine NY. I trade only NY, and yeah, I have a trading window 8 to 11. After that, it's kind of just market's moving again here, so this is good. After that, I hop off. If I get something, I got something. If I didn't, next day, same time. But I'm not looking during Asian. I gotta like have some time to like sim race, And then London, I gotta be sleeping, so I don't trade London. I used to when I was like when I wasn't unk yet, when I was like a kid, and I was like had a lot more bro, I can't go bed past 4 and not wake up the next day tired no more. Like I'm done, like done. Next, I need X amount of sleep now. But before, I don't know how I was doing that. I'll trade all 3 sessions, NY, Asian, London. You know, I was probably trying like make more money on signals or something. So I got like trade all 3 sessions. But yeah, now it's just NY. And we started doing NY only like last year. Best year we ever had, ever trading, like by a far margin in trading. So, and it's been, I feel like a lot healthier doing it too. Because when you trade in London, like you're like half asleep sometimes, and you're like one eye open, one eye closed, and you're like going in and out of sleep, thinking and dreaming about charts moving, and like sometimes you might be in drawdown, you're half asleep, you know, you're like, you're dreaming about a candle going in your favor, you wake up and it doesn't go in your favor, you just get disappointed in the morning. So I'd rather just not get disappointed in my sleep. I'd rather just wake up and trade if I get disappointed IRL, or no point on, you know, stretching that disappointment to my sleep. Like I need to be free in my sleep. So I just don't trade London in my time zone. Charlie Brown. Samuel, what's up? Yo, then what we're looking for. We're looking to see if price is almost there. We're almost gonna get ideas soon. I guess like after 9:30. And I still think it's gonna be around that mark off of the way price is moving. But it slowed down from after NLP came out from 8:32 to like 9:09, and now it's picking up again. So now it's like, okay, are you able to push past these zones here above 45.01, right? Are you able to push past that? If you do push past that, then amazing. How are we going to stay above there? If we can answer that question off of price action, then that's when we'll get in, right? I have not seen Farzal today. Is Farzal here today? Why does people trade future? A lot of people trade future in the US because they can't trade gold on their broker. Actually USD, so they gotta trade futures, which is the closest thing to gold. Oopie 951. What's up, man? Much of a calmer now. What areas would be considered for wick entries, buys on drive? Green here. Get back to that. Okay, so which specific areas should be considered for wick entry, buys, and drive? For example, keys, support resistance, or any particular levels. Yeah. So I'll say like once you like develop enough structure, like. I think today, like above 45.50, above there, I'll say be more sort of wick entries, just because like above there it gets a little cleaner for ideas. Like it's like at what point is price breaking out of the idea that it can come down still? Obviously, this all the time it can come down, right? But it's in terms of structure, like probability wise, like if price were to be looking like this, right? Like, okay, at what point would you say we're like bullish? Here? No. Here? Some people might say yes, some people might say no. I say no because this is the first breakout. The first breakout could easily lead to this since you're still overall bearish. Overall, right? This is overall, this is short term. So what if now you do something like this? Boom, okay. A lot better. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And could still be stuck here? Probably. So I'd rather wait for above there, because above there shows that this is the top of the move. This is the start of the move down, right? So this is considered clean traffic above here. Okay, cool. We'll wait for one more like pullback or something, right? And then like that. Or these pullbacks could vary off of how price looks. Sometimes it doesn't even pull back. It just continues up, right? But The idea is those pullbacks, and then you want to see a hold, which is what we're looking for, and then a continuation up above here. And then above here, you can look for those wick entry buys. And then those wick entry buys is more so of like now you're just trending already bullish. So anytime you get a pullback, you're looking for that wick entry. First initial pullback too, not just like any pullback. First initial pullback, meaning that once you make a high, pullback, that's your entry. Not pullback, lower highs, push. Because then what are you doing? You're making structure the opposite way. You're making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and lower highs, right? And as you create more of those lower highs, you can just easily fall back into the range because you're making more structure going down. Wick entry buys usually will like buy momentum. Like you want that momentum. And when you get the momentum, you wouldn't pull back like this. You usually just like pull back, drive, right? Pull back, drive. You wouldn't do these like double pullback, triple pullbacks, whatever it is. So it's usually a lot more like aggressive, and it's we use the term glitch. It usually would glitch a lot heavier. Are we there yet right now in price? Like going back to what I drew earlier? No. But where was the start of the bearish move? Above here. This is the initial high, right? So again, above 4550 or 4520 will be like the wick entry buy idea area once you break above there. Doesn't mean you can't get buys from here up. It's just the exact wick entry idea won't be until then. Right now, the only idea open is continuation of buys, right? And obviously sells if you break back into the range. Actually, there's one more. We could also get a wick entry buy, but not like continuation wick entry buy, liquidity wick entry buy. So if you like drop down here towards 4441, straight drop, not that many pullbacks, it could be a wick entry buy. Because you're looking for the wick entry buy at 4441 to make a lower high to continue down, but either way, you'll be an idea of making a lower high, right? So you have that range going up from 41 to 60, or once it makes the lower highs, it could just start to shift. But you have advantage points which are up to, or target points which isn't going to be up here if you get a wick entry buy, right? You're not trying to like get gazillion pips, right? But you're looking to grab like the next ranges. At what point is it like to reject after 460? So that's also another idea for like liquidity wick entry buy. Continuation wick entry buy would be above 4520. If you pull back, and I haven't spoken on the wick entry buy ideas yet because we're nowhere near. Still gotta move like 440 pips. Yeah, chances are slim for that. But if it does, then we'll start talking about those ideas. Because yeah, it can follow. It didn't break this high yet. Could still be a lower high here. It's very close, but didn't break it yet. Could easily still fall back into the range. And if it does, then wick entry buys. Maybe it might not even be 4441. It might be 4460. Based on how heavy you drive down. All right? Because I'm assuming if you get a correction of news, you're going to get a correction of news pretty heavy, pretty fast. Like a lot faster than it came down. Or maybe the same amount of time. It took 5 minutes to come up. If you were to get a correction, it'll take like 5 minutes to come down below here. That's also a leg candle. So yeah, then it could be wick entry buys like here or something. Because you want to give a little more room than just the leg candle. A little below the leg candle, which is 40 pips. Come down towards these no bottom wick zones. I'll say between 4452 could be the wick entry buy. Sometimes I also look left to see what it aligns with. So I notice that, oh, it's also these wicks here, these wicks here, these wicks here, these wicks here. So we just adjust it afterwards a little bit to like average out to like tapping all levels. So then you get a wick entry idea at 4454 for buys if you come down. But we're still pretty far from there right now. So this thing picked up a little bit. You had this push 80 pips, and then you had a pullback, and then you had this push here, 64 pips. So we'll see how this thing breaks. What is it? 44.85. Yeah, that's where you're holding right now. Yeah. Okay, cool. See, you're almost there. It's supposed to be 9:30 NYC. 9:20 here. Got 9 more minutes. We can still get something before, but it's around this time. BRB dinner time. Addy, just go, bro. You don't gotta say it's dinner time. Bro, been eating. Been eating good. Nice. A little bit, a bit more of structure. These are initial lows, not high low there. So this is getting a lot better. So yeah, this can pop. This could easily pop towards who asked the question about if you can go for 500 earlier. Yeah, so we're almost there. You're like 30, 40 pips away. Next 2 hours. What'd you ask earlier? 8:30 around there. 10:30, yeah. Then hour can pop up easily. No BTA today. Is Reggie here? Just Reg. Am I growing it? Kind of. Not really. I don't know. Might cut it again soon. No BTA. Cool. I don't have so much strategy. I just focus on work on me. Do you agree with this? Yeah, I think I agree with that. Why wouldn't I agree with that? Do what works for you. Yeah, of course. You're looking for... Thank you, Angry Fat Bear. I mean, great buys right now. All right, man. Hope you get a runner. Should be able to tap into this. I don't know where your target is. You might be targeting some next up here, you know. But yeah, it should be good. Looking for 745. Above there. I want to see you break above it, and I want to see you hold 4500 to confirm that you're breaking above there. So what that means is, like, if you get this initial pop here, pull back, pop, pull back. This is what it's doing right now. If you get a pop above, I want to see a pullback and hold. It doesn't need to hold 4500. I understand that this right here isn't really a real level. This is more so a doji, these areas. But you get a pullback, could be down here, could be here. But idea is just a pullback, because any pullback gives you a reason to drive down. If it doesn't drive down and it comes back up to re-break the highs, then this would now be higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows for you to drive up. So then I'll look for ways to get in above here. So yeah, above 4,500, but not just like first closure above there, buy. No, like closure above there, pull back, to confirm that we're holding, and then continuation buys. Also range 2. Yeah, also range, you can, I think range 2 kind of broke out for 8-1 though. I would say this is like range 1 here, and range 2, you can say. You have a bit of ranges. Yeah, I say it kind of broke out here, range 2. I think here is just like, I want to clear out this because I'm afraid that this can still be a lower high to come down. So I wanted, the idea, I think 4,500 for me was just like breaking that wick, the highs from Tuesday. You break the high, and then you should have like somewhat of range up. I know some people had a lot of people probably today had ideas in this range, right? Going up towards here. There's something right here, so let's put something here. But it's looking good. Like volume is here. Almost there, almost there. I know what I see in 3 minutes, so a lot of time still. It's moving on schedule today. What's the time for use confirmation that price is gonna hold? Like the idea is just to hold. So all time frames will move relatively in the same, doing the same thing. Cause like we'll see the 1 hour candle if it were to pop up. Like all time frames, that'll be the answer. But like, cause like I'll explain why. Because if you get a pop up like this and then you get a pullback, all right, you're already imagining in your head that it's kind of like doing this and this. So if it breaks the highs, then the candle then just does this, right? On a small time frame, you might see the candles do something like this. You might see it close bearish, and you might see it do this, right? But like all time frames will generally do the same thing. When the idea is just it creates that structure. So yeah, I had a video I think where on YouTube, I think it was the one where I did the I was drawing arrows. It was like 2-3 videos ago. I was drawing arrows and I was just following a price on one time frame. Someone was like, "Why don't you switch time frames?" And I was like, "Well, it does the same thing, you know." I think I was looking at the 1 hour time frame, but I was drawing what would happen on the minute. It's like, why don't you look at the minute? I don't know. Sometimes it's just the idea would be based on the 1 hour. So I wanted to look at the 1 hour, but I know the small time frame is also just following price in that structure as well. Do. 100 million. You should have some bias, like when Trump launches some missile, gold is likely to go up back in your mind though, like, or zero at all. I'll say like not much. I'm aware. I keep like I keep up with like decent news. Like I know like the major things that happen, but I don't know. Usually by the time I try to forget that what even happened. I'm just looking at just price after. So it's not that like I don't pay attention to it. I just kind of zone it out after I hop on the NY session or whatever session I trade, because I'm now just focusing on price, right? Like it's because either way, if news comes out and it doesn't come out, we gotta wait for like the confirmations anyway. So yeah, I think I pay attention to it. Maybe not, you know, this trade is based off of that exact scenario that happened in the world, but there's volume here. So how can I now take price and use it in my favor, or a price action and take advantage of the price action in my favor? if you guys haven't done this yet, go check out the ADM East. Go check out admeast.com. Playbook V2 is out. It's a free playbook. I dropped the first one a couple years ago, 2021. Second one came out 2025. And yeah, it's free. No signups. You don't even need to sub to your email, do any of that. Put your number, none of that. Just go on the website and just go through it. This is everything I do. Like, I don't think there's anything here that I don't do. It might not be as simple as the first playbook, but it explains my strategy a lot better, because I trade nothing like, well, I don't trade nothing like my first playbook. It's just more so the first playbook was just more so closures above and below. So yeah, go check this out. There's 5 units, 4+0. And this is the chart. So today, daily analysis. This is how I would go through my process of looking for a trade. I would start off by daily analysis. So all of this, higher time frames. I'll figure out if it's a drive, range, or liquidity. So there's only 3 cycles in the markets that you'll forever see. It never changes. It's always been like this, and always will be like this. It's gonna be drive. So you obviously drive, you've seen gold drive or whatever drive before, right? It's obvious. And then you have range after driving, or just range in general. And then you have liquidity, which could be something like that. This could be your liquidity, right? Or sometimes you might get something like this. This could be your liquidity, right? But how many times have you seen these things? Because drive, range, liquidity isn't made up. It's off of just price. So you develop and understand, okay, what type of movement is it today? So today, for instance, higher time frame for me is the 4, the 1, right? Daily sometimes the 30 even. But I'll say higher time frame for me today is more so just range. Or, no, I'm tripping. High time frame for me is drive. It's a little weird today. I would say it's a little weird today, because I look at it as this would be your drive, and then you're not ranging, and you already grab liquidity here. So I guess we can say liquidity leading to a breakout. We're in that middle zone, right? But I'll put liquidity, since this could be seen as liquidity, this entire move down. So you have this. Right? That's what you have. So it's not ranging yet. If it ranges, it'll look like this. It'll come back down, come up, right? Then it'll range, but that's going to take some time. So I think, yeah, it's more so liquidity transitioning into a breakout. So transitioning into a drive, you break above. So I'll put liquidity. Today's a liquidity day. What do we look for in liquidity? We'll look for ways to... Wait, before I get there. Yeah, so a higher time from liquidity, small time frame, is it drive, range, or liquidity? So same thing now. You go into small time frame. Within this area, right? What's happening here on the small time frame? So that's what we're focused on. I'll say small time frame is drive. So we are driving today on the small time frame. You are going up, right? Thursday to today, you've been going up since the NY open. Today moved up, NFP pushed price up. So you have liquidity, and then you go to drive, and then what to look out for: closure back into the range, fake outs, and range fill. So what that means is closures back into the range, right, which is back into this range, which then you see this as a fake out, move up. And the thing today, again, is it's a little more confusing, because you're transitioning from liquidity to drive, so you're in an awkward stage. But yeah, the fake already happened. So I guess if we go off of drive, then what do we look for? Price continuation, right? So if the higher time frame is driving up, small time frame is also driving up now too, instead of liquidity. Then the moves that we look out for is price continuation. So then the sells we have would be breakout, right? Which would then be above like breakouts above here, and the above there, clean breakouts. But let's say on a higher time frame, you have something like this where like you're sitting here, boom, right? You have this. This would not, this on a higher time frame would now be considered liquidity. So this move down liquidity, and then every time you pop back into the range here, you're expecting price to fill the range. So if this is liquidity, higher time from liquidity, small time frame, higher time from drive, small time from liquidity, then you're looking for like fake outs back into this range. But yeah, that's what today's just drive, price continuation, breakout, and then what to look out for, small time from liquidity, right? So be on the lookout for, in case you get these fake outs back into the bearish range. And that's what we're kind of looking out for today. So that's why we're waiting for like these 4501 levels to break, because we're afraid that at any given point, this could happen. And you don't want that to happen. So the idea is you want to see a break, you want to see a pullback, hold, and you continue to break the highs. And that will be just your continuation of price, right? So you want to look out for this. And that's why we're pretty patient on this move today, because we want to avoid that the fake out. We want to avoid this breaking back into the range, especially since you have a huge leg candle still on the 5 down there. Make sense? But yeah, it could be more confusing today because you're in a mix of both. But yeah, drive, price, range. And obviously when you have like higher time from range, small time from range, that's like the only time where there's no trades you can probably take. When you have liquidity, drive, yeah, then you look for closures back into the range, fake outs into the range, breakouts, fake outs, because you're looking for this. Right? So this is higher time frame liquidity, small time frame drive. You're looking for fake outs like back into these ranges here. All right, because then this is liquidity and the above is your fake out. But when you have, for instance, like range in a higher time frame, like this, small time frame, you also have range. You can't take much. It's just nasty range. You don't want to be part of that. So that's why like range, none, right? And you don't want to mistake liquidity grab as direction for the day. Sometimes people might mistake the first breakout as the direction for the day. They might get in on this move, and then next thing you know, it actually comes down. So when it's in a range, you really want to be patient and wait to see if you do make a move up or make a move down, if it stays above or it stays down. So you want to wait for those pullbacks and holds, right? Very key. Let's say if you drive and range, you'll be like driving, and then all of a sudden you range, right? So what could you look for? You now have range above here, range below here. You want to wait for the first initial breakouts, either move up or move down, and then you want to wait for direction to kind of form, right? But if you get a move down, and then you get a move back into the range, that's a fake out. So then fake out is checked off. You can also look for ways to get in buys at the bottom of the range, right? Which would be your onions. And then you also get the breakout. Right, either way, you gotta wait for that liquidity. So yeah. You can kind of learn like what drive range liquidity is like over here. On the first page. But yeah, it's something I'm getting used to for sure. Especially if you don't follow along every day, it might be like really confusing. But don't worry, it's why we're on stream today to catch up. Count froze. Can you recommend a good laptop for trading? You don't need a good laptop for trading. You need to get a cheap laptop. All you really do is clicking buttons on NT5, right? NT5 doesn't require that much CPU and GPU. You know, you don't really need a crazy laptop. You can trade on your iPad or tablet. Any laptop would be good. Pretty sure. Don't buy no old stuff. Can we take breakout trades, then wick buy, then when 451 for 5 second be liquidity grab? Can we get a breakout trade? Wait, how can we get a breakout trade? Wick buy. It needs about close about 456. I'm sorry, I'm confused. I'm trying to fix this camera. Hold on. Mannequin Challenge 2026. I'm gonna get back to that. Hold on. You're coming down pretty hard here so far. You tap 45.96 and then you've been kind of rejecting since. So let's see, it could still be not like this entire move can get corrected still. I would not count that out on gold today. I would not count it out yet. But when you do come down, like you are right now, and you come back up, those are like very important too, because those could be higher lows to continue up. So it's too early to take sells, right? But it's also too early to get continuation of buys right now. So you're in that awkward stage again, but it is starting to glitch a little more. So let's see if this could correct this entire range down, or this is just another higher low. So we still got like at least another hour here. A lot of times though, I wouldn't stress out yet. You barely moved today. Sorry, can we take a breakout trade? What can you buy? Then 4501 for that could be liquidity grab. We can take a breakout trade if you said above 456. I'm not sure where the zone is, but the idea is just like you want to see it pop up and then hold. Right, so it could be 06 or 12 or whatever, but based on where the initial high is. But I know that above 4501 is clean traffic based off the 1 and the 4. Or no, maybe there's a 6 level I didn't see here. And maybe there is something here, 07. So yeah, above 07 I'll say, but do want to see it like break above, pull back, hold, and continue up like that. And then breakouts will be above 07, yeah. Cams fixed. Okay. I'm wondering how can we... Yep, that's a question. Are we going to come at full time? What's the other question someone asked? Oh yeah, do you think copy trading work because I'm a student and do not have time to trade? I think if you're like... If you just want to make money and not be a trader, yeah, it could work. Based on your goals, like not everyone wants to be a trader, right? Some people just want to use it as a way to funnel money in. Yeah, you get a good copy trader. And then, yeah. I mean, all you're really doing is putting the risk on someone else, right? Instead of yourself. I don't know about you, but you know, I would always trust myself. I would always trust yourself before trusting others. So I think it's better if you learn a trade, but everyone has a different situation. How can I stop posting Twitter? I'll be back on Twitter. I haven't really been on social media lately. I have nothing to say. I think I said everything I wanted to say, and now it's just like, okay, cool. Now I got, get back to work, and I got stuff to say again. I'll say stuff again. But I ran out of things to say. I said everything. I said everything I could. I got everything off my chest, and now I'm just going with, continuing to work. Can't talk forever, right? Good morning, Biza. Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. I saw that earlier. I don't know. The chat on Discord just came up and thought you just came or something. I think the new 1 hour gets highs again, then we come down. You might be on something, Reggie. Let's see. This didn't break the lows yet. But I think if you get a move down to it, it's gonna be very like quick and sharp. It'll be like, so we're probably gonna look for like secondary breakout lows and all of that, right? If it does come down, we'll probably wait for like that kind of fills. So we'll look for ideas below here. Once you break the lows, pull back, hold below here, it should be a pretty good move if that happens. The thing is, like it looks like it's far, but it's 160 pips, and that could be within a 1 5-minute candle. And I'm looking at price, like that'll be mirroring the same news candle up, so could be just as fast, if anything faster, on the way down. See how it's starting to glitch a little bit? Too early to say, but you start breaking these lows over here, probably a couple more pullbacks, pullbacks, push. Eventually, below here should be like free fall. So we'll start like looking for ways to develop the ideas. Yeah. I'm not recording today's stream. My bad. What if we take liquidity up, also take liquidity down? Could still consider fake on the range fill again, or is it lower? I mean, yeah, there's an advantage point. What if we take liquidity up, but also then take liquidity down? Yeah, I think that's fair to do. I don't think it's a bad thing if you could read this play in the range here. Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing. And then you read this move down here. It's already talking about like this fake out here versus this up here. You can take some, yeah. Like there are days where I do take two different ideas, like or buys and sells, but it's very rare for me. But I think we had it sometime in like Q4. I remember we had a buy day and a sell day, a buy trade and a sell trade within the same day. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. 2 trade days. Or you know what? No, I didn't have a buy and sell trade the same day. I had a buy and a sell idea, but I don't think it was executed. Too late in the day or some shit. Because we get like 1 trade a day. So. Old Don will be long, will still long, saying it would need liquidity around 4501. No, I think that is still a thing. But you don't, I've noticed that you don't always grab 4501. Like it's okay if you we're still looking for a pullback either way. It doesn't have to be 4501. It would be nice, right? Because those highs, I think yesterday we had more so of that, but today it's like you can also just like create a lower high here and then come down. Either way though, if you come down below 75 or leg candle, you still need another lower high anyways, right? So these lower highs that form are going to be lower highs that kind of get rid of the idea that you only went at 4501. Like 4501 becomes less probable. I think in the back of my mind, yeah, I do. 4501 is still like the area to grab it at, but if it doesn't grab it there, there's ways to substitute that idea or substitute that confirmation, and that's by waiting for like lower highs to form below here, right? Because anytime you go up after coming down, it's like, oh yeah, you should come up. But if it doesn't, lower highs, and you'll be good. So I wouldn't say that's something I don't do. It's just we can substitute it if it doesn't form. It doesn't have to form. Meaning, so if price were in a range, fake out highs, come back into the range. Meaning, so price in the range, fake out highs, come back into the range, fake out lows. How would you play that example? Oh, depending on if this is bullish or not. Like let's say today is bullish, right? Would I play the buys above here? No, I wouldn't play the buys above here. I'll wait for price to pull back, hold, and then come up. That's the idea today. The idea is that you want to see price come back, hold, and then pull up. Otherwise, you can get a fake out, which is kind of what's happening right now, right? So yeah, we'll look for ideas below here then. But I don't think I'll play this buy. The fake out here, I wouldn't really play that because any given point can still create, it can come up, come back up. It doesn't need to come down. But if it does end up coming down and then it holds like that, then I will look for the sells below here. Because then you have like range here, you have a range here, you have a range here. And then below here, you have continuation. Yeah. If it does something like this, yeah, I'll be in the buys. Because then you have this idea that wipes out this. It's like, okay, cool, you have a low here. Probability of it driving up afterwards is pretty high. You don't gotta worry about that. So like what you're doing in trading is you're just looking for ways to remove like any ideas of the opposite happening. It sounds easier said than done, right? But that's what you're doing. You're just like eliminating the process of elimination. Oh, this is an issue. This closure right here is an issue. Okay, how can we overcome that issue? What needs to happen? Maybe we need to close below and then hold. Meaning that you need to close below and create structure, right? Or whatever. But it's just a process of eliminating all of the ideas that the opposite can happen. So we haven't done that today yet. That's why we haven't had a trade today yet. It can still go up, right? Can it still come down? Yes, it could still come down. It hasn't broken 4501 yet. But if it now creates structure, can it come down? A lot closer than before, right? It's breaking structure in the higher time frame. Can it also come up? With these lower highs here, the probability becomes a lot less. So remember how we used to be in drawdown? And then I'll draw a probability scale. That's what you're doing. It's a probability scale. It's like think about yourself as in drawdown. It's like at what point is a trade probability? So this is like 100. This is 0 of playing out. So what's the probability of you playing out in a trade? If it's here, would you take it? No, it's like 35%. 50%, would you take it? No, you take it when it's around here. So at what point is price going to be here? So right now, price is here, right? I'll say it's around 50-50 as to, or maybe below 50-50 as to where it wants to go, right? It's around there. If it now were to come down, chance of you going down for a move, okay, cool. Now it can increase by a little bit. It can go up from like here to like here. Why is it 50-50 still? Because it can still pull back, right? Still pull back and do a fake out. Now, what if you get a lower high and then a push down? Okay, draw again a little bit more, right? And then what if you get another lower high and a push down below here? Okay, cool. Draw a little bit more, and you're like right there. You're in a territory now where it's like probability-wise, chance of it playing out is pretty high. So that's like what I mean by process of elimination when it comes to getting ideas. The only elimination I did was myself in trading. So I was at 44.95, 44.95, 44.95. Stop with 25 pip stops. And what is 25 pip stops though? 44 TP 79. The R looks good, so it must be a good trade, right? I don't know. I don't know exactly how like I can't judge that trade because it's not something that I would be looking for. It's not my idea. Like I'm not too aggressive on like predicting the direction. I'm more so just catching the move once it happens. So I can't really give you like if it's a good or bad idea. Like if you know if in your playbook that's a high probability trade, then it's a high probability trade. You know, you shouldn't question your trading. But in terms of what I'm looking for, it just hasn't informed yet. So I'm waiting for a lot more. So I can't answer that question. Is Snowpick here today? More news in 10? Yeah, you have news in a minute here. You have news in a minute. It's 2 red folders here. It's I forgot about this actually. Good reminder. Prelim UM consumer sentiment and then prelim UM inflation expectations. So we'll wait for this to come out and then we'll see what's up. I'm fucking muted, bro. How long was I muted for? How long was I muted for? Anyways, I was just saying yeah, I think I'm looking for the same thing you're looking for. Like you said, what do you say? You said fake out towards the tops and takes out liquidity, right? Yeah, I think I'm looking for similar to that, but it's more so of like I don't know if it's gonna be a fake out once it's like taps the top. I don't know. It could do this continuation, right? But if it does a fake out and then it comes back below the ranges, below 44.75, I'm looking for my entries, but by then you'll be out. You'll be out in profits by then. You know, you already grabbed the entire push. But that's what I mean. Like I'm not looking for that exact scenario. I'm waiting for all that to happen. Then I'm getting in. So I usually get it when people say you missed the move, right? But it's just that's my move. I'd rather wait for this to all kind of form and then get better confirmations for established direction below. So yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. especially if you wait for the top. Why did I go mute? Am my thing bugged out? I don't even remember clicking mute. Easy if it comes down. If it goes up all the way, yeah, we'll have the buy ideas. But we still got a lot of time. Still got 45 minutes. News just came out here. Then you have news right now. Prelim and then prelim UN and consumer sentiment and then prelim inflation expectations at 10. And then you have a 1 hour leg candle or a 30-minute leg candle. No, 15-minute leg candle. You have a 15-minute leg candle. So we'll see how this plays out. You are retesting the highs again. So the low that you made here, pretty important. I think you did break the lows. No, you came down near to tap it, right? But that could be seen as a higher low now. So you have a low here. This is what happens. So you had a push, pull back, a low, push, range for a little bit, lows. Now you're re-breaking the highs. So when you look at price here, this is what you did today, right? So now it's like, okay, cool. You still got a range here. You still got a range here. Same thing that we said earlier. Still in the same range, but same thing. If you break above, pull back, hold, continuation. So it's just a matter of now, you know, like what's going to happen now? Like we're nearing the top of it. Can it push up towards 4507 or is it going to reject again and then come back down to re-break this low? Because if it does come down again and re-break this low, man, it's going to be a pretty strong move. Just make sure you leave a like if y'all enjoying the stream. Appreciate it today. It's the first stream of the year. We got 12 more streams to go this year, so maybe more, but 12 for now. You used to do 365 a year. I can't, man. I can't. We got yearly subs over here, DVS01. Can't. DVS02 coming soon. It's gonna be a good year though. Good year. I'm energized. Have a 15 leg candle should come down. Yeah, 15 leg candle. Let's see. This wick fell is like 86 pips. So you, like usually like when you get impatient too, like around this time, and you've been waiting all morning for a trade, like something that helps is just like say like, oh, if you waited all morning for a trade, why would you waste all that time now? It's like, you know, you're wasting your time if you enter a trade that you shouldn't be taking right now. You would think that, you know, you just want to get it over with, call it a day, but like you're just wasting more time if you break that that discipline. And sometimes you get a little disillusioned too when you're on the charts for too long, and all of a sudden the first move you see after a long rangy morning is like the first move you take, right? But you have to remember that, like, you have to remember kind of where price is though. So you get a little more trigger happy once you waited too long. Start like lowering your probability meter for trades, and you start just kind of taking whatever. Oh man. DVSO3. $1967. I was born there. I hate that number. I hate that number. That's the last one that at least won the cup. Not a good number. But this year will be a good year because they're gonna win. This is the year. I can sense it in my bones. You're very patient. Yeah, one time I went to a barber, and because I usually go to the barber that I wait like 3 hours for a haircut for. Because back in the day, they wouldn't have like that book an appointment app thing. They'll just have like you come down and sit down. It's a very popping barber. So that's the barber I'll go to. That's the only barber I went to. I'll be sitting there for 3 hours. Like 3 hours to get a haircut. Because then there's like a bunch of people waiting in line, right? It's like you're next, you're next, you're next after that. So you just kind of show up and hopefully you get a haircut that day. And there's another time when I went to go sharpen my skates, and some guy called me Mr. Patient. Oh, yo, you're about to. Who's that? Who's that earlier that said you're about to hit 45 for 2 hours? You're about to. It's about to be before the 2 hour mark too. So, yeah. Did you get what you wanted? Tap 4,500. Did you get it? But a pop now. So yeah. So now it's just more of like just if you can pop. I'm guessing 4,507 could be the next zone. I'm not sure how Aaron Kleber got 06. Let's see. 06. Where'd you get that from? Here? Yeah, 07, 06. Around that zone. Yeah, around that zone, I'll say. And then pull back and re-break. And we'll be in there. Above 07. But this move is pretty slow up right now. Let's see if it picks up. Pretty slow. Usually when it shows signs that's going up and it's really slow. Or if the move down is a lot sharper, like let's say, you see how this is a range right here? This is a range for like maybe 13 candles. If it takes like 2 candles to wipe it out, that means that bearish, it's more like stronger bearish at the moment. Direction is still not clear yet, but in terms of like micro movements, small time just when it comes in handy, because now it's like, oh, you cleared out this entire range within 2 candles, 1, 2. Okay, cool. What does that mean? It means that cells could be taken over, right? Too early to say still, but so then you look at the 5, you're like, okay, how long did this take? This is range. This is 21 candles. Let's see if it clears it up within 2, 3 candles. Because if it does so, then all that got corrected pretty quick. But yeah, it is struggling to drive up. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times you came up to make a high and you just didn't drive. Why? Why didn't it drive? Could it be grabbing more liquidity? Maybe. Could it be stuck? I don't know. But yeah. But leg candle here. Are you selling from here? No, not selling from here. I won't be selling until like below 75, at least. I'm just waiting. Did you feel the leg count on the 5? No. 15 no. Yeah, so we'll be here until like 12:30. We'll see if it moves by then. If it doesn't move, then we'll call it. If it does move, then 10:45. And then if it's not 10:45, then 11 max. We'll hop off at 11. All right, man. Where's Farzo? I don't know. That's what I wondered too. He didn't show up today for the first time, so I don't know. Maybe he slept in. For 500 psychological level. Yeah, I don't really base levels off psychological level, but yeah, it's an even number. 4,500. It is like a zone between 4,496. So you should get a reaction there. Your next zone after that is 4,507 and then 4,520. But yeah, it did reject off of 4,500 on the dot. So maybe. What's the entry price? We don't have entry price at the moment. We're still waiting. Because I can't have an entry price when there's no confirmations of my positions yet. You'll know. You'll be like, you'll hear from the way I speak and when I say I'll look for ideas. Y'all still got me on mute, man. It's like the 5th time. Things are bitter, bro. Special appearance. I don't know. It's just an NFP stream. Can't be no trade day today. I wouldn't count out yet. Very high chance to get a trade though. Just matter of the next couple candles here actually, because this is a very key zone again. That candle, yeah, 5 and 15. The per is 15. 30 can be one too. More of a doji though. 1 hour is still one down here. Or no, 30 or 15 is down here too. Yeah, one here and one here on the 15. These two. So how was last year? Last year was good? Everyone had a good year last year trading? Any improvements? Or just same old? If you're doing something the same old, you gotta change something. Community stop loss. No good year. Hold on. Really, man, this is it. This is it. Like, here's our move for NFP and just range after. I said it was one of the possibilities, but man, it didn't look like it was gonna happen today. No music playing? Yeah, of course. The charts are music to my eyes. You Asians move weird. Who in the chat Asian? Put a one if you're Asian. Nice. Play a Drake track, please. Are you bit me some? Been asking about Drake all day today. Bit me some. Love Drake. Bit me some. Always talks about Drake. Um, what's your favorite Drake song? For Sri Lanka. You're pushing here. You're pushing. Yeah, I was looking at the stats on Divas on one website. We have a lot of like worldwide. We have people like worldwide on the site. My cam froze again. Do you know Sri Lanka? Yeah. Of course. Yo, you're pushing. Fuck, my cam froze, man. Oh, I gotta fix this, cause every time I'm about to get a trade, my cam always freezes lately. I think it's frozen because this dual PC setup thing is so like, I don't know. It's just not the smoothest. All right. Yo, you're pushing here. So let's wait for it to tap 4507. Still got to wait for a couple things, but we're much closer than we were like 5 minutes ago or an hour ago. So it looks like it's continuing so far. Just one more pullback above 4507. So once it taps 07, it could be tapping at 10, 15, 13, doesn't matter. But wherever it pulls up to, and then a pullback and then the re-break of those highs, you'll be in there for those ideas until 4520. All right, 4520. That is like, or 19. That's like your area you're looking for ideas on. So yeah, you're pushing pretty heavy here, which is good, very good. Just need a pullback, or a little pop in the pullback here. So you're right there, man. All right, pushing. So yeah, we're finally like very close. Now it's just a matter of pulling back. You broke above 07, which is good, right? We wanted to see this thing come up towards 07, break the highs. It did. Now, can it pull back? And it doesn't have to hold 07. It can pull back to like 502 or something. Maybe we'll keep and look for wick entry ideas. Wick entry ideas above 507 for book entry buys could also be a possibility too. Try and fix this cam. There it goes. This thing is fucking slow. Did it need to react to 507? Yeah, it doesn't have to react. It can pop above and react above. It doesn't. 507 is just like the next minor resistance on like the 4, right? Like off this body candle. It doesn't have to react there. It can react above. Cam should be back. A couple seconds there. Scared me for a second. I'm like, why isn't it not loading? So yeah, it ended up reacting off of 10, right? So now this is a pullback. So let's see if this thing could continue to re-break the highs at 11. So you'll see how we kind of play it out. So this is very important here right now, right? We're above these zones here, above like 45.11. It's clean traffic up. So I'll wait for price to, in this case, break the highs at 11, and then you got this pullback here, right? Which wasn't bad. It was 47 pips. Wait for this to break the highs again. Let me just start marking out BE zones in case we do get something. But I'll wait for price to break this highs again. It could be a 12, whatever, and then a pullback. It'll be a small pullback. It won't have to be like a big one because you already have a pullback. Could be above, could tap like 12, whatever, and then pull back to like 9 or pull back to 10. And then the re-break of that high would be the buy stop / market X. I'm going to market exit. I can't buy stop because I have a trade copier. And whenever I do that, it bugs it up. But yeah, get ready here. It could be in the next 5 minutes for a trade. So wait for the pop. You want to see that pop, right? If there's no pop, there's no volume. You're holding steady so far. 503 I marked up here in case you get a wick entry, but I'm assuming if you get a wick entry, it's gonna be a lot higher up actually. How much is this move? 120? So pulling back again, not didn't get the pop, you didn't get the rebreak of the initial highs here, so not close, or not the idea. It can come down further, it's fine. Same thing though, if it does come down further like this and then it comes back up, we'll look for the same ideas above 45.11 either way. So just let price come to you. You don't gotta like, huh? It's moving? Oh, I gotta find a way to enter. And then you start, FOMOing and just taking whatever bullshit positions just to take it. Let it come to you. Just say your move out. Say what you want to happen. Sometimes it's good to hop on a call with your friends too and tell them like, hey, I'm looking for this move. Because then it keeps you accountable. It's like, why are you looking for the other move if you say you're looking for that move, right? I'm looking for this particular move. That's the move I'm going to wait for. Hold on. And bro, every time I'm on stream. But yeah. So what was I saying? I was saying, yeah, like we drew out the move earlier, right? So we knew exactly what we were waiting for. Wait for the push up, wait for the break above, pull back, re-break. Did it happen? No. All right. So there's nothing you can really take. You're waiting for that particular move. So when you do it with your friends too, when you're on a call with your friends, you're kind of like, keeping each other accountable. So it's good. Because why would you say, I'm looking for this move, and then all of a sudden take a sell out of nowhere? Sorry, it might be an issue for a little bit, but I just try to mute. What's I saying? Yeah, so let's see. This thing came down a little bit. This is like a 58 pip drop, and then you gotta pop back up now. So starting to push. Daily looking nice too. Weekly looking like it's gonna create a top wick. Well, maybe not today, but maybe today actually. This is all-time highs, right? I wouldn't count it out. Gold does some crazy shits. But yeah, 10:30 or so. We'll be here until 10:45 and then probably 11. Let's get one right now. So decent push down, kinda heavy on the way up. Let's see if it can pick up. You want that pop, like you'll be able to recognize that pop, especially if you break the highs. You want to pop. You want to just see it slowly fluttering up. And then yeah, we have a breaking zone at like 15, 14 zones here, or trail stop zones, right? So we'll know where to kind of manage. And then looking at target 45.20. So you have a lot of range though. You're breaking into this area. Yeah, you broke the highs here. Let's see if you can get a pop. Let's get the pop. No pops. Pulling back again. No pops. Waiting for that pop. This thing frozen again? Holy shit. Why is it so buggy today? Okay. Just fix it. So yeah, I'm trying to fix the cam, but there's a chance we could get in a trade without the cam on. If it doesn't reset. So it broke the highs again, but again, it wasn't really like a pop, right? Pulling back again now too. So still waiting. If this was like, a 1-2 pop down a pop it right away, then we would have been in on the break of the highs. But since it took a couple candles to come down, it was very slow. It was like 3 candles down and 2 candles up, very slow, right? So you couldn't really take the immediate break of the highs. Usually that's something we would look for. But if it's slow, we usually would say, okay, wait for the second rebreak and then take it. In this case, that's what it was. But again, still no continuation up. But not bad for a 30 opening. 55 pips. So yeah, don't worry about 45, 15. That's like your like break even trail stop zones, just like in case we were to get in. We have a lot more range than that. It's gonna be 45, 20. Right, but this zone is like a level where you wanna take advantage of price at. All right. So let's see if we can pop above that 45, 12 zone. If I'm lucky, this count will fix in time. Okay, pushing. So yeah, nice. So there's a pop. So now just like a little pullback. I'll wait for like 45.11 and then the re-break of the highs. All right, so get ready. The re-break of this high, and then break even is gonna be 15. So break of these highs will be in. Almost. All right, broke the highs, so got in. TP will set it up here, or let's see, we'll set it over here. Break even is gonna be 45.15, and trail stops a little above the highs, so I think around like 45. We'll look for ways the trail stops at like 45.15. So a little above. So once you tap the first line, break even, the second line will be then the, or no. I think the first line will be a little lower. And then the second line is trail stop. So the first line will move break even. Second line will put our stop loss from break even to 14. All right, so trail. And we're out. Did my cam make it in time? I think it did, right? But yeah, that was the trade. We did 15 pips there. So tap this line, break even, and then I think we were like a little further away. But either way, I think that was a good area of trail stops. Same result actually, because this thing just came up and tapped it, and then it pulled back towards here. So that's what we usually, we have a couple levels in preparation. 45.14, break even, next one 45.15, and then that's it. So was it the craziest trade? No, right? But I think just like waiting for ideas to play out, and today it did. It came a little late, you know, still in our trading window though. But yeah, we got 15 pips. There was barely to little no drawdown there. 14.9 pips, and that was a 57-second trade. We had targets up here, but we just start trailing, right? Above 15, we would have started trailing a little more aggressive. Like you got some levels on the way up, you know, like 16, whatever. But yeah, that was that trade. So hope you guys, you know, learned some today regarding patience, or just like understanding that not every move is necessarily like a move that you have to take. Sometimes it prints pips, but it doesn't mean it's a high probability trade. So whatever that is in your playbook that you're waiting for, just wait for that play. Like I didn't wait for anything else today. I didn't care for any area push except for this exact particular move, and we drew it out, broke it out the exact way we want it to be. And when we do that, we're not chasing the market. We're really just drawing it out, and if the market follows that, we'll get in, right? We're just taking what the market gives us, basically. But we're not like, we're planning that prior. We're not just, oh, the market should do this and that. Like we're just waiting for that to come kind of to us. So yeah, that was that trade. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed that stream, leave a like and sub to the channel, man. And percentage wise today, let's see. So no trades yesterday. Percentage wise, 20.86. I think that's 0.80. And that's also the first W of the year too. So we got it on stream together. That was cool. 20.86. That's 0.82% today on a Friday. So that's the week. I had 3 trades this week, 2 break evens. We got a win finally. And that was a good trade. Very good trade. Cool. 1 today is 9. I'll be here for a little longer. I can't guarantee we'll get another trade though. Usually when it's this late, that'll be it. But I'll journal us up, and then we'll come back, and then we'll see what's up. That was chaotic, bro. The alarm went off, and then the camera kept turning off, so I had to like close the app, reopen it. But we still got it. Still got it done today. So that was just the buys, breakouts, or let me just do this one first. 2026. Time of the trade was 10:38. New York gold bullish buys today, normal. We took buys, breakout, 1 hour, current higher low. Is it the 1 hour? Yeah, 1 hour. I'll say more so the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, TP level, or 4 hour time from here, 4 hour stops. TP level was off of, what did I move it to? 57 pips, 45.18. 45.18, that was, yeah, 4 hour TP as well. Because you have some resistance here. Sport logic, more resistance, stops break even, yes. Minute 4-1. We use those 2 time frames. We just expected a drive on the 4. It was a win. Money wise, $20.86 on this account. Pips wise, 14.9. Drawdown, I don't think there was drawdown, right? I think it was straight profits. So 0. Max profits. What did we peak at? We peaked at, I think we peaked around like 17, and then it came back down to BE. 17. Exit reasoning, trail stop, that's it. On the minute, break even. Would have been the scenario if we didn't do that, and it would have been 0 pips if we didn't trail stops. All right. Or no, trail stops would have hit 14.9. Yeah, that would have been the scenario. 14.9, no matter what, because it would have came up and broke the lows anyways. And then this one over here, breakout, current higher low on the 4, full, and 14.9. Cool. So journal, very, very important to journal, especially when you're taking a million trades. If you can't journal all your trades, then you're doing something wrong. But always journal, because it kind of, especially after a trade, it resets you back to like, it just resets you. Cool. So yeah, I don't know what price will do now, but same thing. I think same approach. There's a zone at 45.19 that we could take advantage of, but I mean, I'm probably gonna hop off. But yeah, above there you have more ideas for buys, right? If you're still looking for ideas, it's just same thing. You want to wait for a price to break 19. 19 is a more major zone than the ones you had down here, but at least you know what to wait for. So same thing, wait for a price to break above, wait for it to hold, respect, and then continue up, right? And you can look for those ideas there. I used to have issues while I work as a trader on a job. Fucking thing froze again. You know what? Yeah, but every time I'm on stream it freezes. It doesn't freeze too much in DivSO 1. I think, I don't know. Maybe I gotta upgrade my CPU on this second PC. I don't know. This thing is annoying. No, it's my CamLink app. My Elgato. It's just so buggy. It's fine though. But yeah, there's a lot of distractions there, man. Sometimes, you know, it's just how it be. But yeah, I just be able to find ways to not let it get to you. It's just part of living. Always nice to win the week, no matter how. Yeah, I think it's always nice to just be patient and just trust your strategy. Even if, like, you know, I understand like this week was like a new year, so I'm gonna try to fix this before I speak, but before I close it out. But I understand this week was a new year, and like, you know, you might have a little more pressure on yourself to like look for ideas and get that first trade over with. But it's just another day. Like, the markets are gonna move tomorrow, the day after, anyways. Right? It's just another day in the markets. It's another session. New Year, same day. It doesn't matter. It's just another day, right? Tomorrow's gonna be here anyways. So yeah, I think just like trusting yourself. Like even if this week we start off with 2 break evens, like you might have some doubts. Like maybe I forgot how to trade for the year, but it's just wait for your setups and just keep waiting. You don't want to sell down for less ever. You don't want to take anything that you shouldn't be taking, because that just destroys your confidence. That destroys your discipline. That just doesn't keep you as sharp, right? And there's a million moves that might happen throughout, but you gotta just trust your trade and not let anyone else's trades or ideas get to you, because there will be a million ideas from people. People tell me all the time, like, look for this, look for that. Why don't you get this? Why don't you get that? Right? But I think just trusting like my own playbook and knowing what I know, knowing what works for me. Like someone said earlier, like just do what works for you, right? But yeah, it could have been. I'm sure a lot of people today got the NFP move, right? 8 a.m. and then you slowed down a little bit after, so it was a little boring from after NFP for a little bit, for like a good hour and a half, and then you finally picked up at 10 a.m. again, and we were able to get a W today. So cheers to the New Year's, man. I need that exact journal. It is right there in the Nightbot. That should help you out. If you want my journal, it should be there too. But yeah, it's out. Cameraman. I'll be here till 11 and we'll hop off. Compound? No, Compound's not out. Compound's not out. That's only for Divisa 1, but you can have the rest of the journal. This will come out eventually. How can I copy trade on which platform? You can follow all my trades in Divisa 1. We're there every day, Monday to Friday. So Divisa 1. You got my turret for ticket? Yeah, I got it. I just saw it right now. I didn't see yesterday. I'll get back to you after session. You got 11 pips, 0.5% FTMO, 18 pips on the FTMO, 0.12. Sheesh. Nice. Nice, man. What'd you guys get percentage-wise in that trade? Let me see the formless compound. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I mean, you can just. I made this by myself before I told Elvis to make it. It's just I don't know how he made it. I actually don't know how he made it. But when I made it, I just had percentage, and this is whatever. You can get rid of that if you want. This is, it just shows, start day, end day, percentage, profit loss, at least a percentage. That's about it. Copy everything. No, you're not a Divisa 1. I'll drop it. I'll drop it soon. Okay? Don't worry, man. It'll be free, no charge. But we're still working on it's still in beta. You can just look at it and make it though. Addy. Come on, bro. This thing is not gonna work today. Alright, I'm over the camera thing. Chat. If you guys enjoyed the stream, leave a like, sub to the channel, man. Appreciate you guys. Oh, there it is. Appreciate you guys for being here today. W day. I'll see you guys when? Next NFP, whenever that is, next month. So I'll see you guys then. Okay? Hope you guys had a good learning session. And cheers to the New Year's. More health, more wealth, more happiness for everybody. All right? Peace out. Laters. Peace, peace. Cheers, cheers.
You don't love me like you say you did. The niggas who scream they don't like just got caught without it. If it's my time to go, make sure I die with some class. These niggas like these hoes sticking trackers up their ass. I see a bitch I had hang around the store, I laugh. You catch a hoe with us, she bound to probably go out bad. You probably hear these hoes, I know these hoes make niggas mad. I can't go out my way, she'll find another.
Yeah. Just bought a pair of new gym socks. Chose Tyler Perry, he made plays for the block. Wasn't even about to rap on this, but it knocks. Where you tryna go, cause it's smoke at the top. Spade at the party, throw them in a truck. We was just on Young Street, they was eating it up. My life ain't a movie, it's just us. They can't find a shooter, cause it's us. Us.
All right, now.
It was us.
Shot my brother, now I don't know who to trust. My odds be so broke that we been shooting at the bus. Bro say play it patient, nah dog, I'm in a rush, I'm tryna book, ayy. I'm tryna shoot, he tryna clutch, ayy. I'm tryna add him to the list like a deluxe, ayy. I'm tryna watch the windshield fall from off his truck, ayy. I'm tryna smack his twin and show him it wasn't luck.
This is the shit that my daddy had raised me on. Niggas got lit off the features I skated on. I gotta know how you get lit off the nigga you hating on. Numbers untouchable, they got the data wrong. This is the moment I know they been praying on. What? Hey, try not to boy out, but fuck it, I'm staying on. Oh, keep on sending me slaps to go crazy on 40. Keep saying it's time to be patient. There's so many people, we turning the tables on. Capo got plans, but we'll say that for later on. Hush and keep saying they know that they played it wrong. Katie just text what the fuck are we waiting on? Damn. Me, I'm expressionless, niggas be talking about don't shoot the messenger. 555, you get shot for way less than here. None of you pussies is blocking my blessings here. What? All these years throwing success in your face. All of these baddies obsessed with my face. All the shit they don't address in my face. I can't be showing no stress in my face. What? Yeah, no face, 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 no face. No face, no face, no face. No face, no face, no face, no face, no face, no. I don't get sleepy off no melatonin. My therapist put in a 30-day notice, cause yeah. I'm totally like, oh my god.
Damn, how the fuck we got to where we started? This love don't feel how I felt when we started. What? This love don't feel how I felt when we started. What? Got me thinking so deep, I'm in my conscience. Got me doing these drugs that help me balance. I ain't tryna blame you, but this shit a challenge. I live my life like a kid with allowance. My life so fast, I need me a down bitch. Anarchy tatted under my armpit. Don't make me start a fucking riot. Sometimes this shit gets so exciting. We ride around, we starting riots. We rocked the bank cause we want profit. We took our share and kept it solid. We took that route cause we about it. Say you catching them bodies, I highly doubt it. My boy shot at them niggas and he rolling off my lane. We fought that they kickbacks, fought that they parties. I jump out the rope, I feel like Jeff Hardy. Got tats on my sleeve like Ed Hardy. I'm smoking that weed just like a Marley. One shot and he bleed, please don't bother me. Woo. How the fuck we got to where we started? The love don't feel the same like when we started. Should've known this shit was not real when it started. Yeah, everybody fake this shit retarded. My back to the wall, my back to the wall. Can't fuck with these dirty little hoes, these bitches be hurting me up. Can't put my trust in no hoe, hell no, little bro. I passed that bitch to my boy, like Hitler, bro. I took the pen on my side, it ride like a boat. I done took off with them M's, and I stuck to the code. Niggas crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in this bitch, man. No, I can't change myself, not for nobody. I think all these niggas hating cause they broke pipes. And I know you don't get geek, you don't need pop money. I've been dressing in designer Japanese girl. And now I'm in. And now I'm in. And I'm chillin' with a young brew. And I'm chillin' with the lit crew. And they watching me like you too. I'm amazing, I can't be you. But I tell her pussy be you. Let her free, drum I kill you. Ain't tell my yay, ayy, nigga fuck a graduation. We ain't got no hoes, boy, you at home masturbating. She love my flush, she say she love my damn cadence. She so pretty, she ain't do no damn playing. Fucking pussy, I shoot her where he damn staying. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Put your hands up, hands up, hands up. Tell her wave it in her hair from me. I put my beat in some bass, I'll tell her dance for me. I cannot be with my son, that my little homie. I'm cut down, give a fuck out, this is dead, homie. No, I can't change myself, not for nobody. I think all these niggas hating cause they broke pipes. And I know you don't get geek, you don't need pop money. I've been dressing in designer Japanese garments. Niggas crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in this bitch, man. Niggas taking swag. Niggas taking swag. Niggas taking swag. All these niggas taking swag. On your foot, on the swag, dad. Why all these niggas taking swag?
Crash dummy, going retarded, spending cash money.
Margello on Margello, Mason on Mason. I'm overseas with these hoes, places plus faces. Can't do nothing back to love her, home far from basic. Can't lose no sleep, I this shit already made it. Lean cuts everywhere, I've been off that young. I can't get off her, hit from the back and pulling on the hell. Showing body young chef, she so nasty. For whatever, thought I had her like this, she so classy. You can't leave right now, you not my first bad bitch. Tell them niggas fight down, they just got him married. But the niggas talking about unhaving. I've been doing this shit 5 years straight. I hate off everybody, play this like no, I came a long way. Now I got my own plate, now I got my own. I really living that life, it's not WWE, don't try this shit at home. I don't wanna fuck, just want some top, yeah, give me hold on. Shawty got that body, that sloppy top, had to shit for dinner, no. I'm far
your facelift. Please don't turn out left mouth, you know I'm shop at no tip. Can't take what you give, you gotta give me what I deserve. I been off these drugs, it take me a minute to research. I get off them balls, it don't take me nothing to re-up. I helped you with all your problems, yeah, it's never enough. All these niggas sound like Teddy, best I portraying like you tough. How you think I was gon' cuff? You let all my problems fuck. I ain't dodge nobody, we can if you wanna fuck. Don't be round up, but say it's up if it's really up. I was just smoking it cause counting money, can't fit rubber band. So much fucking money, just counting, I'm gonna need more hands. I'm gonna need a new backpack and some bigger pants. Try to track, sliding on the racks, money avalanche. Margello, Mason on Mason. I'm overseas with these hoes, places for the faces. Can't do nothing regular, her home far from basic. Can't lose no sleep, by this shit already made it. Lean cuts everywhere, I've been all day up. I can get off her, hit from the back and pulling on the hair. Showing body on the chest, she so nasty. Who would have ever thought I had her like this, she so classy.
So pray for the players, we hollowed the walls and back up bodegas, I got plenty, it's so many, yeah. They say gimme, he got plenty, yeah. Bruh, you niggas ain't flexing, you cramping. My weight keeping niggas on the bikes like ambling. Weight loss, rent loss, scrambling. Now pass the champagne to the champion. My niggas get money, get money, get money. Like yay sampling. Gun stutter, make the drum line like grambling. MGM gambling, blew a small mansion. Annoyed cause this bitch calling Lon Von Lanvin. Fuck who you stamping, them niggas just stand-ins, not me. They censor and block me. You hollering top 5, I only see top me. Award shows the only way you bitches can rob me. It's levels, it's layers, so pray for the players. Clip him, baby, if he flinch at the price of Bottega. I got plenty, it's so many, yeah. They say gimme, he got plenty, yeah. Bruh, you niggas ain't drip, you drying. Kevlar in this Balenciaga jacket lining. You and your bitch income combining. I'm sending Lorraine Schwartz diamond mining. Find 'em. I came up with Enzo drifters, so you got to understand there's a difference. There's window stickers and window liquors. You know the type. Always trying to get in your picture, always trying to get the dope through. In your sister, we won't bagging up the work. Wouldn't be no dishes, be no Christmas. Mistletoe, be no kisses. Made a way for ourselves, we ain't need no wishes. It's levels, it's layers, so pray for the players. We hollowed the walls and back up bodegas. I got plenty, it's so many, yeah. They say gimme, he got plenty, yeah. Walking down like Brady gets better with time. Didn't have to reinvent the wheel, just a better design. Critics, he's out of his mind. Haters, he's out of his prime. Yet, always where the money's at, like lottery sign.
I don't even know what she said, cause she foreign. Yeah, she foreign. And she got it done. Like the way she formed. And she gon' perform it. Look the same in morning. She don't stop, keep going. I don't even know what she said, but this what I hear in my head.
Il n'est pas fou, il aime ses goûts, il la voit partout, il attend debout, debout, une rose à la main, non plus rien ne le tient. Dans sa love story,
in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. I can see, I can breathe. Don't believe me, Jesus freed me. Now I'm free. I got kicked out of the house. They hate the way I run my mouth. No, you hear me? Name ring through the city. My doctors on Seppi. My crisis on heavy. Whole gang, I'm the king of this. Wartime, I'm ready. These mountains ain't heavy. John mad, come and get me. When I'm feeling mad, let me put it in the bag, hefty. Tie it up, I rev the world, but never traded for my soul, though. Now the line I drew, set the goal, though. Yeah, I lost my best man, and I lost my spouse. Only billionaire you know that's sleeping on the couch. What? This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. Let it rain, rain, rain. Righteously I made a name. Let it rain, rain, rain. It's value, it's struggle and pain. You want the money and fame. It's way more that you need to gain. This part of creating the future that's better for me and my family name. So this the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long.
This the first time in a long time. Used to be broke, but I'm on now. I was just stuck at the bottom, grinding. Now I'm shining, sitting at the top. I was just stuck in my feelings. Now I just running around playing with millions. Now I having racks to the ceiling. Stacking up cash with a wonderful feeling. We used to go walk in the mall to go shop, but now we can walk in and buy the whole building. We having mansion with 8, but honestly we used to live in the trenches. I'm on fire like a counter, and God ain't gon' give you no fire you can't handle. Back in the truck, we ain't even have cable. Now I see my face on the channel. And RP version, the all fighters on me, the robbery is swerving. I went to jail for that Draco. I guess that nobody perfect. Ain't give me no bun. I sat in that cell for a long time. Big Draco, big yay, first time in a long time.
This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long. This the first time in a long time. This the first time in a long.